The feds, are they worried about inflation? Are they worried about unemployment? Are they worried about the banking crisis? Or, which I think we're finding out, are they worried about, are we gonna be able to get loans? Who's gonna fund the businesses, the real estate, the purchases, the house? Welcome back, everybody. What's up? Another week with your one and only Kenny Simpson. Welcome to the brief. We got a lot to talk about. A lot of stuff going on this week. A lot of stuff. I'm representing the real estate hustle. It's behind me. You can't escape it. It's everywhere. But without further ado, let's get into our inventory. All right. How are we looking? How are we looking? Are we adding? Are we less? Is it worse? What in the world is going on? Because it's all about inventory, right? I know it's all about rates, but for now. Inventory. Last week was 2133. This week, we are coming in at a record hot 2179, pending 472, new listings 451. Ladies and gentlemen, that is terrible. Terrible. Listings are all-time low. Boy, how do you find a place out there in San Diego? It's rough. As I look outside, it's nice and sunny, but in listing, new listings, all that stuff, it's not very sunny. It's not very rosy. There's just not much out there. And so I guess if rates were lower, it'd be a bigger problem. So there's nothing to buy. On the rates, we're pretty much flat week over week. 10 years hovering 3.4, 3.5. It's not really moving. It's just sitting there. So rates have been pretty flat. I don't know if it's good or bad. If they went lower, we'd have more of a problem. So that's it with rates. But what else is going on this week? Well, we've got CPI coming out. We got PPI coming out. But I don't know if the feds care about that stuff anymore. I know they're watching inflation and then, unemployment and all this stuff, but the biggest concern is where's the debt market? Who's going to fund all these loans? Who's going to do the commercials? So who is going to do it all? We just don't know. Is the Fed's going to come in and save the day? Is the wealthy families that have $6 trillion on the sideline, are they going to save the day? Who's it going to be? Are the banks going to save the day? We just don't know. Rest in peace, First Republic. That was a just terrible loss for us here in California in the industry. Got to say it. Banks are definitely getting scared. They're pulling back. But keep in mind, $1 trillion went out of all banks, not from the regional to the Chases and the Bank of America and Wells. No. $1 trillion and keeps counting is getting out of banks. Why? Because you, the consumer, when the banking collapse happened and you started paying attention, you said, wait a minute, I'm getting killed. I'm getting nothing on my checking and savings account. And then you look around, you're like, wait a minute, what about that CD? What about that money market account? And then you're also like, wait a minute, it's very easy to buy T-bills. Why don't you put money in T-bills? So instead of making 0.5 on your checking and savings, you can go to these other places and make 4.5%, 5%, 6, even 7 I'm seeing. So people are moving their money and putting it somewhere else. That's not good for the banks. That doesn't make them lend. That screws up the balance sheet. So the feds, they will keep going until what? Yeah, they break something. And ladies and gentlemen, they broke something because they raised rates way too high. Nobody can deal with it. It's a nightmare. So here we are. They broke it. They did what they wanted to do. So is inflation going to keep coming down? We'll see how it's going this week. Are rates going to keep coming down? I don't know. But inventory is not going up, so that is not helping. What else do we want to talk about this week? The LLPA, remember the loan level price adjustments that you guys never heard of in your life, but now you heard about it. And what that means, if you had the 720 credit score compared to the 620, you're getting more hits than the 620. And like, is that true? Or is that a bunch of BS? Or what does all this mean? Well, there was a recent interview, I think with the top person of Fannie or Fannie Mae, maybe one of them. He said, these are justifiable. How dare you come after them and attack them? It's been almost 10 years since they've updated these. Come on, people. We've been giving you the farm. We need something on our end. So he's justifying it. The one thing that did not get through, they got backlash, was if you had a DTI over 43, they'd hit you 3/8, not in rate, but in fee. We'll see what happens. I know this is in there now. I don't know if it's going to get pulled back. I don't know if you agree with it or not. They're trying to make it out that the story's wrong. Nobody's making sense of it. That's not why they're doing it. They're doing it because they need to stay in business. Fannie and Freddie, yeah, you guys are making plenty of money. So I don't know. I'm not going to say anything, but I don't know. You're paying more if you have good credit. It doesn't feel good. You're paying less if you have bad credit. Your rate's not necessarily going to be less if you have bad credit, but the hit that you were paying prior is less than you're paying now. And the hit with good credit is more than you're paying before. So it doesn't feel good. And by the way, I've been telling you guys, I talked about this months ago. It's already been in the pricing for months. Somehow it just went viral because somebody has had a really good meme or a TikTok or Instagram story and it went viral and everybody shared it. And here we are. So I don't think I think people are going to challenge it. There's 27 states trying to fight against it because they think it's ridiculous. Will they win? We'll see what happens. It could get political, could get nasty, but I'm sure there's a lot of pressure to pull this back or change it or make it more palatable for people. So I don't know. What do you guys think? You think it's cool? You think it's not cool? Most people think it's ridiculous. So I don't know. So as I mentioned before, the real banking crisis, yes, interest rates are high, but yes, balance sheets are whacked. But remember I mentioned the $1 trillion coming out of banks, going to CDs, money market accounts, and T-bills. That is a real banking crisis, my friends. There is some conspiracy theories going around that the government could, and I think they did, make it where you could not take money out of your bank account. They could say, sorry, you have to leave it in there because you're going to destroy the banking system. And honestly, guys, we don't want to destroy the banking system because it would destroy everything. So we need our banking system, just like we need the big banks, we need the small banks, we need the mid-sized banks, we need the regional banks. We need them all. Don't screw it up because it will not be good. We will all suffer way worse than we're suffering now. Trust me. Two more things. ADUs are misunderstood. They're like the redheaded stepchild. Sorry if I offended you, but I'm not talking about a redheaded stepchild. I'm just using that as a phrase because it was on Google and they said it might be offensive and I'm not trying to be offensive. And then because redheaded stepchilds get a bad rap when they're not bad, or it's like the black sheep, same thing. Whatever it is, ADUs get a bad rap. They get a bad rap with appraisers, with underwriters, lenders, agents, loan officers, because there's all this confusion. Kenny, why is it so hard? It's a unit. It was a garage. Now it's a unit. It's permanent. It's legal. Why don't they just give me credit? Why don't they lend on it? Why can't I use the rent? What is the big deal? Well, guys, the big deal, in my opinion, is just my opinion, is that this is new. There's not a lot of comps. There's not a lot of those want to do this. They don't understand it. When you lend on real estate, it comes down to risk, right? They feel an ADU, a converted garage ADU, is more riskier than a 2-unit. So if you have a single family with an ADU or a 2-unit, they'd rather just lend on the 2-unit than a single family with ADU. Why? We got some guidance from Fannie, so they'll do the single family with ADU or a 2-3 unit with 1 ADU. They'll do it. They don't like the 2-unit with the 2 ADU. They don't like the single family with the ADU plus a junior ADU. But there are lenders that can get it done. So if you are struggling, I can help you. I've gotten them done. I know where to go. Not a lot of people do, but I do because I got the call. I need to make it happen for clients. But I don't know why they're singled out, but I'm telling you, if you give it time, we'll have more comps, more closings, more deals done, more understanding, more pushback, and eventually that will turn into more lending, more options. And for crying out loud, isn't a unit a unit? Come on, guys. California's pushing for it because we need more housing, but the government entities like Fannie, Freddie, FHA, VA that lend don't like them. They kind of like them a little bit, but I don't know. That's why I call it the redheaded stepchild, which doesn't make any sense, or the black sheep, which I don't know if it makes any sense, but you know what I mean. It's something that's getting a bad rap when it shouldn't have one. Last but not least, I will leave you with this, just my thoughts on the banking system and what I'm hearing. I'm starting to get calls. I'm starting to talk to clients that might have been they're at this bank or the First Republics. I banked at First Republic, full disclosure, love First Republic. They were a great bank. I'm not sure what's going to happen, so I don't know. My guess is they're going to conform under Chase. Chase is going to make them a Chase. And to me, that's not very attractive for what we need or for what a lot of people I know, our clients or customers or friends out there. So a lot of other banks have pulled back. But the question everybody's asking, Kenny, is there still lending? Can you get loans? Can you get construction loans? Can you get multifamily loans? Can you get business loans? Can you get lines of credit? Can you get residential loans? It's yes, 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 yes. Is it still decent rates? Yes. Not every rate's 7, 8, 9, 10%. Not every bank is dealing with craziness. Some banks, yes, lend a lot. And they went and bought treasuries, whatever. We don't even know, but don't worry because I'm going to give you guys a good podcast to go over this. But there are banks lending. And if you don't know who they are or where to go to, or you just need to get a loan done, or you need some advice, call myself, call my wife, Crystal, if it's commercial. We got you. Obviously, it's our job to make sure we know who's lending, who's doing what, and who can execute the deal for you. But until next time, that's all I got, guys. So next week, we'll know where CPI is and PPI is and what the heck's going on, whether rates up, down, flat. We're also having the lovely today, as I film this, but we'll know more next week, is they're having the nice debt ceiling debate conference, whatever it is, which they should have had 90 days ago or 60 days ago, 30 days ago, but they only make time for it now, and they're supposed to jam this thing through in a month. It takes the government forever to do anything, so we'll see what happens. Thanks for watching. Until next week, we'll keep watching rates, inflation, inventory. Come on, we need more. The banking. We'll watch it all for you guys, and we'll give you the brief. Please share, please like, please let me know what's going on. Talk to you guys soon. Have a great week.